For those who are interested, all of this talk about Tantra and rare states of mind and all this uh, probably sounds pretty out there and esoteric for most people who might stumble across these videos. Uh, because I've had the opportunity to train with a number of Gelug teachers who are still associated with the monasteries and still associated with great meditators in the living Gelug tradition, to say nothing of the Sakya, Nyingma, Kagyu traditions, and to say nothing of the Taoist traditions, and to say nothing of great Hindu meditators and everything else, great Zen meditators. There's only one degree of separation away between myself through my Gelug teachers and some of these incredible meditators who are actually capable of some of the things we've been discussing. So I think when we read this stuff as Western people in particular, some of us are from Western background, it seems somehow removed and rarefied in the sense that, oh, well, this is some weird thing that, from history that's kind of like mythology or whatever. And it's not like that at all. It's not like that at all. In the same way that we have experienced, all of us now, I hope, through some practice, through some training, that you can open up the visual sense gate and have a non-conceptual experience of that. This is what the text describes. You can open up the auditory sense gate and have a non-conceptual experience of that. That's what the text describes. You can bring your mind to the consciousness sense gate, to the mental sense gate, and the 5 external senses begin to close, at least. Maybe they don't close entirely because we're new to this, but you can see how they begin to gray out. And with enough force, enough practice, enough time in retreat, you can see how the 5 senses would probably close entirely. And then what would your little universe of experience look like if you had no body, and so therefore no sense of where you are in space, no sense of what your limits are physically, no visual sense, nothing coming in through sound. So your entire world would be formless mental experience, like space extending in all directions. Now, whether or not that mental experience would then come to include things outside your mind is an open question. But at least from the point of view of subjective experience, you could see how you could have, in a non-mystical way, a sort of not even really spiritual way, but you could have an experience where, from your perspective, for a period of time, you were completely pure, blissful, space-like consciousness. Now, I haven't had to use anything religious, as far as I can see, to convince you of that. I just had to convince you to sit down and do some practice. So, in the exact same way, if you do certain types of tantric techniques or Taoist techniques, I can't tell you from personal experience, but having done some Taoist techniques, for example, in Neidan, I can tell you from sort of the lead-up experiences, let's say, the indicator experiences that come along with those practices, that the roadmaps they lay out do seem to be very practical, where you do certain types of practices, certain effects occur, and those effects, they say, are the types of effects that are leading towards generating these more subtle minds like clear light. And they're very, again, to say practical is not quite the right word, but when you're doing them, quite often they seem much more down to earth, if that makes sense. They're not, it's not just like, oh, well, you have faith in the guru and it all happens, Although that's probably important, some faith in the guru. Not me. I'm just some guy. But faith in real gurus, people that can actually do all this stuff. So, both on the Taoist side and on the Buddhist side, I have met, and sorry, to add even more, on the Tibetan Buddhist side and on the Zen side. So, from Zen to Tibetan Buddhism to Taoism, in my personal experience, I've met people or know people who have met people who are alive who can validly be said to have accomplished these types of subtle minds and so forth. So these are very much real things, and the roadmaps to getting them, generally speaking, are pretty straightforward. They just require work and time, and quite often more commitment than we're willing to put in, to be blunt. But you can see that even with an experience that sounds like, if you just walked into a random bar somewhere or restaurant and struck up a conversation and said, yeah, sometimes I like to sit around and close my five senses and exist as blissful, pure, formless consciousness. People are going to either think you're crazy or they're, you know what I mean? It just sounds fucking whacked, to be blunt. And then very quickly, if you start adding in, well, and then sometimes in that formless awareness, I generate loving kindness. I generate universal love for all beings in all directions, right? All of a sudden, it's starting to sound like religion, even if you haven't yet done anything really that's religious. So it's my humble view that mystical experience, let's say, and religious experience more generally, of almost all kinds, all stripes, the doorway to those is concentration. And the doorway to those is gaining access to the fundamental elements that make up your own being and your own mind in particular. So this is why I have even though I think Buddhism is the best, right, which is why I'm Buddhist, I have a fairly open-minded view with regards to a lot of other things. I think Christian mysticism probably works and does get people to deep states of concentration and the nature of their own mind, and probably so do good Hindu practices, and probably, definitely the Taoist tradition, some of the Taoist traditions practices. That's why I have that opinion. I just think the Buddhists, in my humble view, do the best job of explaining how it works. And maybe also because of that, I've been convinced that they have the best roadmap to the final result. Generally people that are really good at explaining how something works are the ones who understand it the best, and therefore can tell you where the proper end result is. So that's my TED Talk for the morning. And now we'll do practice mostly until the end of the day. Up until lunch, we're going to do more work on the opening the gates and on mental consciousness. And then we're going to transition over to rumination meditation for the final half of the day to prepare us to go back into real life. Yes? Okay. So if you're not in a seated position, resume a seated position. We're going to do about 10 minutes seated practice, and then we're going to transition to standing. So find a good position. Since we're already very warmed up, put your mind into tactile sensation. Everything to the front, back, left, right, up, down. Either hold 4 points or 6 points, or release into mere awareness of the body. while you're remaining aware of the body. Open the consciousness sense gate and just become aware of the flow of thoughts, images, memories, etc. Don't try to alter them. Don't try to stop them. Don't make any decisions. Don't form any intentions whatsoever, except to simply remain in a state of observation. So without losing the body, also add on the consciousness sense gate. Release the consciousness sense gate, return to the body fully. Front, back, left, right, up, down. Hold awareness of the body. Gently open the eyes and look forward. Gaze forward. Don't look at anything in particular. Put most of your attention on the eyes, but don't lose the body completely. And open the visual sense gate. Front, back, left, right, up, down. Now do your best to maintain the visual and the tactile sense gates. Now, without losing the tactile and visual sense gates, do your best to allocate some of your bandwidth to consciousness once again. Divide your awareness between consciousness, visual, and tactile sense gates. Now release consciousness, maintain visual and tactile. With visual and tactile, front, back, left, right, up, down. Either hold 4 points, 6 points, or full awareness of visual and tactile. Now move part of your awareness to auditory. Don't lose visual, don't lose tactile. With auditory awareness, everything inside, front, back, left, right, up, down. Now you're dividing your awareness between visual, tactile, and auditory. With all three of those, one more time, front, back, left, right, up, down. Maintain 4 points, 6 points, or simply open all three awarenesses. Without losing those three, add on consciousness. Make your mind like a mirror internally reflecting mental content. Choiceless, intentionless awareness of mental content. Release consciousness. Come back to the three: vision, auditory, tactile, front, back, left, right, up, down. Now add on olfactory, your sense of smell. Don't lose the first three. Reach your smell forward. Start with your smelling what is close. Reach the sense of smell forward, back, left, right, up, down. With four senses now: tactile, vision, sound, smell. Reach forward, back, left, right, up, down. Maintaining those four. Add on consciousness again. Choiceless, intentionless, mirror-like awareness of mental content. Now add on pulling back from mental consciousness. Return to the four senses: tactile, sight, sound, smell. Forward, back, left, right, up, down. Now add on the sense of taste. Don't lose the other four senses, but reach forward with the sense of taste from the center of taste. Reach left, right, back. Feel the sense of taste. Now, with all five senses, reach forward, back, left, right, up, down. Without losing those, if you can, add on mental consciousness, choiceless, intentionless, pure awareness like a mirror of mental content. without, without losing mental consciousness. Stretch the five senses: front, back, left, right, up, down. Now relax the whole system into just sitting. The whole system, all six senses like a mirror, choiceless, intentionless, ready for whatever occurs. Now we're going to do 5 minutes of walking meditation. Pull back to just visual and tactile. And come to a standing position. For the sake of making this more doable, at your own pace, your own instruction now, fill the body, fill the visual, open consciousness. Don't worry about sound, smell, or taste for now. Just do visual, tactile consciousness. And walk only as fast as you can maintain those three. Okay? Okay. Bring all your attention to tactile awareness. Focus that awareness in the waist and pelvis region, and breathe into the lower abdomen without unnaturally stretching the lower abdomen. Okay. Next session is at 10 o'clock. I'll see you then.